Julius Caesar was born into a world of political intrigue and social turbulence in Rome on July 12, 100 BC. His family, the Julii, were of patrician status but lacked significant influence and wealth at the time. As a young man, Caesar's life was marked by the tumultuous politics of Rome, where he quickly showcased his ambition and talent in oratory and politics. His path to power began in earnest when he married Cornelia, the daughter of Cinna, a key figure in the popular party. This marriage aligned him against the dominant aristocratic party and set the stage for his future political battles. Caesar's ascent in the Roman political arena was temporarily halted due to the dictatorship of Sulla, who forced him into exile. However, after Sulla's death, Caesar returned to Rome and embarked on his career as a prosecuting advocate. His eloquence and skill in public speaking quickly earned him a reputation. He further bolstered his political standing through military service, earning the civic crown for his bravery during the siege of Mytilene. In 60 BC, Caesar made a strategic move by forming the first triumvirate with Pompey, a leading general, and Crassus, the wealthiest man in Rome. This alliance was not just a political masterstroke, but also a personal gamble, as it put him at odds with the conservative faction of the Senate. Through the triumvirate, Caesar secured the consulship in 59 BC, and subsequently the governorship of Gaul, which would become the platform for his greatest military achievements and his eventual domination of Roman politics. This early period of Caesar's life set the stage for his rise to power, illustrating his cunning political maneuvering and his ability to forge powerful alliances. His journey from a young nobleman in an out-of-favor family to the pinnacle of Roman power is a testament to his ambition, intelligence, and political acumen. As the governor of Gaul, Julius Caesar embarked on one of the most significant chapters of his military and political life, a period marked by conquest, innovation, and the expansion of Roman influence. Assigned to govern the province from 58 BC to 50 BC, Caesar transformed his role from a mere administrative position into a launchpad for military conquests and personal glory. Upon assuming his governorship, Caesar faced immediate challenges. The Gallic tribes, diverse and often at odds with each other, presented a complex political landscape. Caesar's genius lay in his ability to exploit these divisions, systematically expanding Roman control over the vast and resource-rich territory. His campaigns in Gaul are noted for their military ingenuity, exemplified in battles such as the Siege of Avaricum and the Battle of Gergovia. Perhaps the most famous of these was the Siege of Alesia in 52 BC, where Caesar's forces, despite being heavily outnumbered, managed to encircle and defeat the Gallic army led by Vercingetorix. This victory was a turning point, solidifying Roman control over Gaul and greatly enhancing Caesar's reputation as a military commander. During his tenure in Gaul, Caesar also demonstrated his skills as an administrator and a diplomat. He not only conquered territories, but also worked to Romanize them, introducing Roman laws, customs, and way of life, which helped in the smooth integration of these regions into the Roman Republic. His writings, notably the Commentarii de Bello Gallico, offer insights into his military strategies and his perspectives on the Gallic people, providing a rich historical account of his campaigns. Caesar's successes in Gaul had far-reaching implications. Not only did they significantly increase the size and wealth of the Roman Republic, but they also elevated Caesar's status to that of a military hero and a formidable political figure in Rome. His actions, however, would also sow the seeds of future conflicts, particularly with Pompey and the Roman Senate, setting the stage for the ensuing civil wars. Caesar's governorship of Gaul was, thus, a pivotal moment in Roman history, showcasing his military prowess, political acumen, and the ambition that would eventually lead him to the pinnacle of Roman power. Julius Caesar's return to Italy from Gaul marked the beginning of a new and tumultuous chapter in Roman history. His extraordinary success in Gaul had significantly enhanced his prestige, but it also intensified his political rivalries, particularly with Pompey and the conservative faction of the Roman Senate. The situation reached a critical point when the Senate, under Pompey's influence, ordered Caesar to disband his army and return to Rome as a private citizen. This was an unacceptable demand for Caesar, as it would have left him vulnerable to his enemies without the protection of his army. In 49 BC, in a bold and defining move, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River with his army, a direct violation of Roman law and a clear declaration of war against the Senate and Pompey. This act is famously captured by the phrase alea iacta est, or the die is cast, reflecting the irreversible step that Caesar took, plunging Rome into a civil war. The conflict was not just a military confrontation, but also an ideological battle over the control and future of the Roman Republic. The Civil War saw several key battles, including the Siege of Brundisium, the Battle of Pharsalus, and the Battle of Thapsus. Caesar demonstrated remarkable military leadership and strategic acumen throughout these campaigns, eventually defeating Pompey's forces. Pompey fled to Egypt, where he was assassinated, leaving Caesar as the uncontested power in Rome. In the aftermath of his victory, Caesar was appointed dictator, first for 10 years and then for life, fundamentally changing the nature of Roman politics. His rule was marked by a series of reforms aimed at stabilizing the Roman state. He centralized the bureaucratic administration of the Roman Republic, initiated land reforms to support veterans and the poor, and reformed the Roman calendar, introducing the Julian calendar. Caesar's dictatorship, however, was deeply divisive. His concentration of power and attempts to bypass traditional republican institutions alarmed many, who saw him as a tyrant seeking to dismantle the republic's foundations. This period of civil war and Caesar's subsequent dictatorship were crucial in the transition of Rome from a republic to an empire, and they foreshadowed the eventual rise of Augustus and the establishment of the Roman Empire. Caesar's actions during this time would leave a lasting legacy on Roman history, both for his unparalleled leadership and for the controversy that surrounded his rule. The Ides of March, March 15th, 44th BC, marks one of the most famous assassination plots in history, culminating in the death of Julius Caesar. Despite his military and political successes, Caesar's increasing power and his appointment as dictator for life had caused significant unease among the Roman elite. Many senators feared that he intended to abolish the Republic altogether and declare himself king. A conspiracy was formed, led by Gaius Cassius Longinus and Marcus Junius Brutus, among others. Brutus, in particular, was a figure of symbolic importance due to his familial connection to Lucius Junius Brutus, who was revered as the founder of the Roman Republic. The involvement of Brutus in the plot lent a sense of legitimacy to the conspirators' cause, as they saw themselves as defenders of the Republic against tyranny. The conspirators planned the assassination meticulously. On the Ides of March, as Caesar entered the Senate at the Theater of Pompey, the conspirators gathered around him under the pretext of presenting a petition. As Caesar began to read the document, they attacked. He was stabbed 23 times by the conspirators, a brutal end to the life of one of history's most formidable leaders. Caesar's assassination was a pivotal moment in Roman history. Instead of restoring the Republic, as the conspirators had hoped, it plunged Rome into a series of civil wars. These conflicts ultimately led to the rise of Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, who would become the first Roman emperor. Julius Caesar's legacy and impact on history are profound and enduring. His life and death marked the end of the Roman Republic and laid the groundwork for the rise of the Roman Empire. Caesar was a military genius, a skilled politician, and a reformer whose actions dramatically reshaped Roman society and politics. One of Caesar's most enduring contributions was his reform of the Roman calendar. The Julian calendar, introduced in 45 BC, was a more accurate solar calendar that corrected the discrepancies of the previous lunar calendar. This calendar would remain in use in the Western world until the adoption of the Gregorian calendar in the 16th century. Politically, Caesar's dictatorship brought about significant changes. His policies and reforms, such as land redistribution, debt relief, and the expansion of the Senate, were aimed at stabilizing and revitalizing Rome after years of civil war. However, Caesar's concentration of power and his approach to governance set a precedent for the future emperors of Rome. His assassination illustrated the deep divisions within Roman society and the political system's inability to accommodate a figure with such concentrated power. The chaos and power vacuum following Caesar's death led to further civil wars, eventually culminating in the rise of his adopted heir, Octavian, Augustus, who would become the first Roman emperor. In this sense, Caesar's death can be seen as the catalyst that transformed the Roman political system from a republic to an imperial autocracy. Culturally, Caesar has been immortalized in art, literature, and popular culture. His life and assassination have been the subject of numerous works, most notably Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar. His name has become synonymous with power and leadership, influencing various languages. The terms Kaiser in German and Tsar in Russian are derived from his name. Julius Caesar's life and career had a profound impact on the course of Western history. His achievements and reforms, along with the dramatic manner of his death, have made him one of history's most iconic figures. The legacy of Caesar continues to be felt in modern politics, culture, and our understanding of power and governance.